What's going on? Move the Mouse here, back in City Skylines. Let's play Season 9, Episode number 10, I do believe. I could be wrong on that. I want to kick off today with a little bit of a time-lapse to get you caught up. I like to try and do stuff on camera. Sometimes I don't. This is something that I would not have done on camera, but I know people like to see it. So I tinkered around with the highways a little bit. I'm not the best at it. I dropped in a three-way intersection on one side of our massive downtown for now, just to kind of pre-built. And then I made a little bit of a sloping kind of three-way funky thing over here. It's not beautiful, but it's not ugly, I don't think. We got 3 levels, so we had the elevated highway, ran some of the on and off ramps kind of on the ground and underneath in this case, and over in this one. Linked it all up into 2 single lane exits becoming 2, dumping down to here, this 4 lane, which dumps us down to this roundabout. This is going to get very heavy. So we've got to look at potentially the traffic impact over here and maybe districting off with the old town policy over here. So the only people coming in here are the people that are wanting to get here and not the ones that want to get over to this side. For that, we want them to use one of these other exits, right? Ideally this one. But for right now, they probably won't take advantage of that. We're going to see a ton of traffic build up over here. In fact, why don't we take a look at where traffic is at? I don't think it's the best. 76%. And the reason for that is, well, twofold. One is right here. Right? We've got all this traffic right here. The other one is all this traffic right there. We've got 2 really problematic intersections. Now, this one shouldn't get any worse. Right? We are backing up to this kind of split, or where this pinches down from 3 lanes to 2 lanes. Maybe we could get rid of that. But ultimately, it's not going to make that much of a difference because we're smashing all this traffic down into an intersection, which does have a stoplight on it. But we're also not planning on building this part of the town any further that way that you see on screen. Oh. Welcome to it. Happy Friday, everybody. Hopefully you're having a good week. Hopefully you've got an even better weekend planned. I know we're not getting out and doing much stuff now, but hopefully something fun is on the horizon for you. Hopefully your towns are not engulfed in flames like mine are. We've got the helicopter service. It looks like they're going to contain it, just in case they can't. Just in case they have an issue. Let's bring out the tree brush. This one. I'm just going to create a little bit of a separation there. We'll fill that back in after. But that should prevent that from propagating over and spreading that way. We'll delete a couple abandoned buildings. In fact, why don't we do an abandoned building cleanup? Was that all we needed? How's our water hole doing? You thought I forgot, didn't you? And technically I did. But that looks all right. That's okay. Little natural lake over there. I guess it's a little odd with the depression. The water probably would fill up a little differently there. Maybe we can landscape this a bit after the fact, but we'll figure that out. Right now, growth. So someone had asked in the last comments, when are you going to do IT cluster? Well, I stamped it down here. And I wanted to have one little small pocket of the town, which is kind of a downtown area, and have high-rise band everywhere else. So I thought, you know, kind of in this central area where we're going to have shipping and trains over here. We've got a lot of high-density residential that's moving in. I stamped Green Cities policy on that. And I figured for, you know, these 2 blocks, and these 2 blocks alone, and technically 3/4, because this is commercial zoned. You may have seen it in the time-lapse that I absolutely sped by at the beginning of the episode. But just to show you what's happening with zoning over here. So along this main street where it's going to be noisy and heavy traffic anyways, we've thrown some commercial. We've done a little bit of a buffer back here. And then we've got some IT cluster buildings. Now, we've turned off high-rise band for this particular district in combination with using the highest, tallest buildings, which are the IT cluster. So what we'll do on the outside of this maybe is have like some more office zoning that isn't IT cluster, that also isn't high-rise band. So it will kind of feather off down here just a little bit. But then we can have all our shorter buildings that are high-rise band, and the lower density stuff The lower density stuff off in the distance. I think I was going to say stuff off, and I decided to say stuff. But the lower density stuff off in the distance is, you know, creating that kind of look that we're going for. This is obnoxious. We'll change this at some point when we have smaller power options. But I really like the look of this right here. I still got to fix that highway piece. I think I mentioned it in the last episode, but I like this little depression here down by our man-made lake. I kind of like the way that looks. You know what we could do? We've got the money. Whoa, hey. We can take out a third loan, solar power plant, baseball park, waste transfer facility, waste processing complex. Excellent. Why don't we throw some of that in? We'll do the waste transfer, and let's get Metro hooked up. So let's do Metro first, because that's only hurting our traffic right now. And for right now, I'm gonna do the small stations that it will let me squeeze in where it will let me squeeze them. Perfect. Can we get... We're gonna move that one building out. Or not. Maybe we'll move a building out in the corner. Okay, let me do that. Let's get another one. Probably too close. But let's get another one right here. And then maybe we can hook that around and bring it right next to the hospital. Or we bring it into Office Park. Maybe we have this tunnel split. So let's see, if we were to split this, what kind of money do we have? 700,000. So we could come this way, kind of get the bulk of what is now known as Mill Heights. We'll change all these district names at some point. We'll hook over here, which is kind of a nice junction between our two areas. And then we'll deliver some people into the Office Park over this way. Now maybe we could split off here and also do... Let's do a route through here, because this is relatively heavy traffic. We'll do one there. Let's get one over here across from the park if we can. Let's do that. That should be spaced out enough. Let's try that for now. We can always add more stuff. So let's add tracks, which in our case will be tunnels. We're doing all the small stations for right now so we can cram this into our higher density area without eating up a ton of space. We have that. How do we hook this one in? We're going to have to kind of bow out just a little bit. No, I don't want to connect to the streets. So let's do that. That'll enable us to hook, what, 1 station, 2, 3. And let's loop that in over maybe to the end of this line for now. We'll kind of create a loop here. Or do I just... Maybe I just do this. Let's bring this back up over this way. Alright, so we'll do that. We'll create a little loop here, but then we'll hook this loop into the bigger system. Those stops are a little close, but that's okay. Anybody we're getting off the road... Did I put another one over there, or am I just... I'm hooking back in over this way. Do we hook into the last stop? No, let's hook in here. And then let's get this connected, so from our hub... We come up this way and do one. I think we're gonna redo this at some point. So all right, this is just to get some traffic off the streets. So we'll hook up from here. Now, when we're doing loops, so we'll complete the line that way. We could do this in reverse. So we could start here and bring the tunnel the other way. So these work just like roads do. Well, I should say just like a two-way road does, in that you have tunnels going both directions. So we can get a little bit more service by doing this. This station's going to get a little backed up because it, rather than having stuff just pull through, it does have stuff kind of waiting to come in and out in the same track. So this is going to get a little backed up. We know that. We can fix that. Now, let's do just an express line. So we'll go from here. We're going to try and go from here. Create a new line. We'll come down to this stop for now, and then we'll just close that line. So if you're down here, you can get on the metro to go over there. You can continue on over here, and we've got decent coverage. It's a little bit of a weird loop, but this is just to get things kind of firing right now. We've got still a ton of demand on the residential front. I think we can get another pocket in here, kind of fold things in a funny way. So since we've got that, and we need more space for office zoning and residential, let's break out our straight tool, come back over ground. I don't want to make this anything more than a three-way right now, so we'll do this. That should work. Then I'm going to come down another block and kind of do the same thing. How close can we get this? Kind of an odd bend at the end there, but we'll take it. Let's do that for now. We'll come over here and we can probably do something kind of city service wise up this way towards the highway. So let's look at our districts real quick to see where we cut this off. So I think we cut this off right in the middle of the block like that. So we've got these really tall buildings kind of on the main downtown. I'm going to pause it for a minute. We're going to go into district. I'm sorry, not district, into zoning. We're going to zone this off as office. That's good right there. So a little bit of office. We've got a decent amount of commercial demand. So let's do a little continuation of our commercial pocket over here. Kind of keep all the noise central to itself. So we'll do a pocket like that. And then I think we can get more. Ton of office demand. Let's see. Do we do office all the way down here to the highway? Maybe. And then we can fill this in with some residential. I don't know. I'm not, hey, I'm not the expert at this. Hopefully I'm entertaining at it. That's what I'm going for. You want to spread things out. It's not ideal to have residential right next to commercial, but it happens. And in our case, that's where it happens. How's our water coverage? We're still working off the old grid, and I'm patching and changing it where I need to. But it's definitely a little sloppy over here. Just in case. I don't want people complaining because of one little square of water that they don't have. Let's delete. How do we... How do you change a filter on the... Is it because I'm in pipes? It's only going to let me delete pipes? No, it isn't. So bulldozer, default. I feel like that's a little buggy. I had to go out to the main menu to be able to bulldoze a pipe. I don't quite understand that, but I'll take it. So we'll just fix our pipes a bit there. And yeah, let's let it keep playing. Let it keep building up. Now we're gonna have to provide service coverage over here. We know we haven't done that well, so we will we'll cover that at some point. Not sure what I want to do with the other side of the highway, but it'll be interesting. It'd be nice to have maybe some industrial over here. Maybe fishing harbors. I don't know. We'll find a way to hook that all in. One of our next big projects is going to be right here, because this river or bay, whatever we want to call this, this does have shipping lane access. And it's right next to the train tracks, which we do need to we do need to patch and put back together. We disconnected them. There is this little T-junction that will get working to get some traffic around the city. I never noticed the hole in that rock. So hopefully that'll get some people moving around. The first thing they're complaining about over here is garbage. So why don't we give them... Oh, I was going to say, why don't we give them a recycling plant? Why don't we give them a waste transfer facility that hooks up to a waste processing complex? So let's see here. The roads are all green, like they've got recycling coverage, but what if instead of this recycling plant we had a waste... What is this called? A waste transfer facility there at the end of that road. So waste transfer facility uses garbage trucks to collect and temporarily store garbage. Temporarily. So basically that stored waste is picked up by waste transfer trucks from the waste processing complex. So the trucks that are working here at this facility, they go out and pick up the garbage just like any other garbage truck. But they're going to store it here temporarily. So you don't need to worry about this building filling up. You do need to worry about its processing capabilities. But you don't need to worry about it filling up with garbage. It minimizes the pollution bubble. Let's see here. Waste transfer plant, right? So how big, you know, pollution and noise pollution. It's a decent bubble, but it's not unmanageable. Garbage is a little bit bigger. Let's take a look at this. So if we put this kind of in the middle, let's put this in the middle of the roundabout. Maybe this will give us a better gauge. So you can see that it gets into the roads. It gets past the little Y interchanges that I put in there. If we look at the waste transfer, it's just about the size of the roundabout. So you can definitely get away with this closer to your residence than you can a regular garbage dump. Recycling is also a little bit worse. So waste transfer is best if you need to cram in waste processing or I shouldn't say waste processing because that's the name of the bigger building. But if you need waste services in a really tight area, this is a good way to do a little pollution. But it then has to move it on to another building ultimately to process that. And this one has a gigantic pollution bubble. So this is the trade-off, right? We can have smaller bubbles of pollution around our residents to then really commit to having a pile of junk somewhere on your map. So waste process... Try that again. Waste processing complex sends out waste transfer trucks to pick up garbage from waste transfer facilities and landfill sites for further processing into energy and recycled materials. So you can pick up garbage from your landfill sites and empty those. But if you have the money, it makes more sense to do the waste transfer facilities because it's less pollution. So again, those dump sites that you're already using they're the ones that are picking up garbage from the people. Waste processing has trucks that pick up garbage from waste transfer facilities. So let's see if we can find a spot for this. Hey, I don't want to pollute our trees. This is not being used for anything right now. But we also have this giant area up here, right? Off to the edge of our map. Maybe if we did something like this, like up on this hill. Over here. Pollute the woods. Maybe we go way up here. And pollute the very corner of our map. But how would that kind of look with that clearing up there and a giant building up there? I kind of wanted to keep things on this side of the trees. The reason I bought this was just to kind of get this tiny piece over here if we could build the highway on. Because that would have kind of got cut off over here somewhere. It's tough, right? Let's throw it. We're going to put it here in this little clearing by the woods. We're going to see how badly this messes up our woods. So let's get a road right about... Where was it? Right about here? Let's come over to waste. Where is it? Waste. So it's a mess. Maybe we'll do this. We'll come all the way down to the end of the road. To the end of that zoning. Autosave. So let's do this. I kind of want to just hook it into the highway. It's a big building. We're going to make sure it has water coverage. We'll hook it into right there. And for now, just temporarily, just to get it working, I'm going to bring it up this way. Just so that we have some connectivity. Get those trucks going. We'll want to hook them up maybe into the highway. Even if we just hook them up kind of into these on and off ramps that already exist, it shouldn't matter because cars aren't going to get off to go this way, to come over here, to drive into the city that way. At least I think. Then again, never mind. AI and City Skylines, they probably will drive that way. Whoops. Oh, it's not that we don't have pipe coverage, it's that we don't have enough water. So let's pause real quick. Let's handle our water, and then I think let's call it a day. So let's get some more water intakes going. At least one more, right? Let's see what that does to our supply. I'll probably want to do 2 just to get us well into the green, so I don't have to come back here in 10 minutes. Do this, you know, every episode, right? Let's get us into the green. And then let's try and match sewage treatment, which takes a little bit more till we get those higher processing buildings. So let's assume we're going to need at least 2. We're probably going to need 3 if we want to get that in line with where we're at with water coverage. That would be my guess, at least, because these process a little bit less per building. Yeah. Oh, wow. We might need 4. Man, oh, man. Let's do 4. All right. So, info views, water. Yeah, we're both kind of at the same level there. No. Get out, fire, go home. The flaming ring is on fire. Kind of appropriate. That's what you feel like the next morning after eating the flaming ring. Okay. Let's see. How's our metro doing? So if we look at transport routes, so the yellow line is moving around 200 people, sorry. The lighter brown one is moving around another 175. So that's moving some people around here, right? The blue line is actually one of our most popular lines. Bluish, purplish, indigo. That is connecting the hub to that side of the city. And then the other one that's our busiest is connecting the hub to University and this district down here. So what we'll have to see over time is, does that reduce our traffic? Well, it actually improved it, right? What are we at? 72, 75, and we were almost at 80 there. So we know where the traffic problems are. But they'll get better. They'll get better over time. We just have to be careful to not add too many people over here. Are you serious? This thing's already full? Should I have just done... It makes more sense to me now. Should I have just done this? We get over the highway with an incline that low? No, we got to go up one more. Let's hook back up this way. Now, I don't know if these roads are going to be too slow and if the highway is faster for them, but we'll see if any new trucks, yep, start heading that way to come empty this transfer facility. So, wow, that seems frustratingly small capacity. 100% full. Like, honestly, how long ago did we create this building that's already full? I understand that the whole idea is to have these trucks come move it, but man, that was quick. So you might need a lot more of these around your city, which you can unlock that early, right? So that one truck coming by picked up 25% of the garbage. That seems like a very small storage space. If this truck, look at this, right? That truck can handle 25% of the storage of that building? I don't think so. See, yeah, down to 52, almost, so like 24% per pass with those trucks. So this will get us down to what, 20? Okay, 28, yeah. So it doesn't take much, but man, does that fill up quick to where that is no longer accessible, no longer usable, right? You've got to have a good route to get back to your processing complex. I already forgot the name of these. Waste transfer, waste processing, right? These are new to the Sunset Harbor DLC. So waste transfer facility and then waste processing complex. Cannot collect garbage directly from buildings. I don't know if I mentioned that. And it processes those wastes into energy and recycled materials, which could then get exported off your map or sold off or used in industrial areas. So some interesting little developments, but that waste transfer facility? I'm already forgetting that. I'm getting the waste transfer, waste processing. Waste transfer filled up really, really quick. We've got some, so we've got some of the Sunset Harbor DLC stuff going. We will continue to expand and hit on those things when we can. I think it's, you know, it's time for a maintenance episode. I've got to look at traffic a little bit here and there, try and make some improvements. Ultimately, 75% is totally fine, right? I don't need it to be perfect. I want it to land somewhere between realism and fun. I don't know. Not that my builds are ultra realistic, and especially on console where we can't really customize things, but you know, I have a vision in mind. You have your vision in mind. I know some people disagree with me and some of my decisions in the comments. Some of them very angrily or very I don't know why you watch content that you hate so much. There's a couple people in the comments that just shred my ideas and my builds. Like, I'm not saying I'm the best at this. Hopefully it is educational, informational, and fun. Hopefully you pick up a tip or trick or two when you're watching these videos. Hopefully you get inspired and hopefully have some fun. That's what I do this for. So if you did find any of those things in today's video, likes, comments, and shares all help the channel a lot and are greatly appreciated. If you're new here, subscribe and consider hitting the bell to get updates in this and other series. Follow me on Twitter and join the Discord if you want to get involved in the discussion. Lots of great people over there, fans of the channel, fans of cities, and we talk about cities and all kinds of other games. If you got questions on any platform, PC included, there's a mod-specific room, discussion group, lots of things that we talk about over there. But for now, hope you had a great week. Hope you have an even better weekend. Until the next one, from the town of Swampscott, it's better than it sounds. This is Move the Mouse, signing off.